We've been fighting over sex and finance, and I want a closure. Please, sir, how do I go about this?
That was a very good question. I want to admonish couples to be very careful. A lot of couples are known to fight about one or two things in their marriage over and over and over again. Appreciate the way the person asked the question. He said he will want a closure to it. You see, almost every couple does this. The majority of our couples, they fight over and over on sex. They fight over and over on money. Some people fight over house chores. Some people about parenting. Some of our people fight about our in-laws. If you discover that you are fighting over and over on a particular issue, wisdom tells you to sit down to talk about it when you are not fighting. Let me warn every couple listening to me, you can't overcome a problem if you attend to it only when you are fighting. As many as are the couple that are listening to me now, you agree with me that the only time you talk about sex is when you are fighting about sex. The only time you talk critically about money is when you are fighting about money. So what are you supposed to do? Behave like they do in companies, in corporate organizations. I have meetings. I call them marriage business meeting. Marriage business meeting. MBM. Marriage business meeting is the period you will sit down to talk critically about your financial life, about you plan ahead. If you are always plan ahead, you will not be as loggerhead with each other. But 90% of couples that I've ever met, they don't talk on some critical issues except they are fighting. This is the time, the MBM is the time you sit down on the dining table. It's not even in bed. I encourage couples, you want to talk about your sex life, sit down on the dining table, set the chair and face each other. I call it ITT, intimate talking time, and talk. What do you want about sex? How do you want it? How many times do you want it per month or per week? What do you want me to do? How do I satisfy you? So that you know the heartbeat of your husband, you know the heartbeat of your wife. Do the same thing for money. Do the same thing about parenting. Do the same thing about house chores. Do the same thing about in-law management. Do the same thing about your siblings. Do the same thing about every area where you see that you are fighting. If you don't do this, you can be fighting on the same issue for 30 years. And everybody will be left injured and wounded. And if you discover that having done marriage business meeting, you can't resolve the issue, then set up yourself for counsel. Go to your marriage mentor. If you don't have one, find one way or the other to get in touch with me. You will see my detail on the screen. You will see my phone number, the office phone number. Book an appointment to see us. Or you can inbox me. Go to my IG at Bisi Adewale, Instagram at Bisi Adewale. Inbox me. I will answer you. If you discover that you just kept on fighting about an issue, wisdom says, do something about it. If you don't do it, if you don't resolve it, it will dissolve your marriage. It can destroy your marriage. It's a critical issue. Men ask critical issue, but God always have supernatural answer. Do you have questions like this? Send them to me. Inbox me on Instagram at Bisi Adewale, or send it to askbisiadewale@gmail.com. Thank you. See you tomorrow.